Today is the 13th of May 2020 and I've been asked to show people some of my artworks to put on YouTube. Most of my artworks are A4 size and I'll just go through some of them with you. These particular ones are general Lancashire scenes. This is a rainy day in Manchester. This one was based off another painting that I've seen somewhere, and I just added the little fella coming down the hill. That's a Lancashire scene. This one, children playing like we used to do in the 60s. Before mobile phones, computers. This particular one is a back entry or back alleyway with the coalman delivering coal, something you don't see too much nowadays. This one again is kind of based off somebody else's artwork. I added the lady and the boy with the bike, and then when I get inspiration from other people's artwork, I always change things, the colours. I'll maybe add a building at the background just to make it look a bit different. This one, children playing, climbing trees, looking for his football, and with the dog looking unconcerned. I don't normally stick with one subject. I'll go with anything, as you'll find out as we go along. I am inspired by my childhood. This one again was inspired by another artwork that I've seen. I like the image of Manchester. We used to the dark clouds and the grey skies. Another one which is kind of inspired by somebody else's artwork. This is just the back streets scene with a fish and chip shop, and put a bunch of people going about the business. That one's again is kind of based in the 1960s. Okay, I was born in Openshaw, which is part of Manchester, and these particular paintings are Openshaw based themes. This is the Openshaw Market, which I think is still going, very kind of run down. The building at the back is a halfway house, a pub that recently got burnt down and demolished. This one, the Lord Raglan, a pub that's still open, one of only a couple, which is left on Ashton Old Road. I think that's the second or the third painting I've actually done of this pub. This one is the Stockport branch of the Ashton Canal. I used to live not far from here when I was young. Openshaw, this is Ogden Lane Bridge. In the distance, Varn Street School, the building's still there. The canal has long since been filled in and is just a pathway now. And I used to play quite a bit on here when I was a child. This one, Varn Street School again, the Red Wreck. The houses, these houses are still there, the building is still there. These particular rows of houses demolished. The railway line still there, and obviously the dark clouds, the rain clouds in the background. This is the old St Barnabas Church on South Street Openshaw. I was christened here. I used to play as a very young kid along this street. I think about 1962, 63, this church got knocked down and replaced with a kind of 60s style church. I'm not sure if that one's still there or not. I've not been in this area for quite a while. This one is Ogden Lane and Orell Street, which ran coming back to the Red Wreck, and some children playing. And this one is just outside Openshaw. It's Beswick area with the gas towers, and this was based off a photograph that I seen, and I added the children. The next set of pictures, paintings, are based in Gorton, which is another part of Manchester, not far from Openshaw. This is Brookfield Church, which is still there, Hyde Road, late 60s, on a summer evening. This one, Gorton Flats, and the Prince of Wales Inn, which this particular pub is long gone. The flats got demolished in the 70s. This one's based in Gorton as well. A boy with a rag and bone horse. This one just outside Gorton, which is Ardwick, and the old railway line, elevated above the old streets, with a pigeon there, a brave pigeon. This one, Bellevue Street. Bellevue Street is still there. The pub, Coach and Horses, long since demolished. I think this particular building is still there. On this side of the road now is where I think B&M is, and the 53 bus no longer runs down this particular street, which is Bellevue Street, and on the other side of the road used to be the main entrance of Bellevue. This one is Hyde Road again. Another pub, what's no longer there, on the corner. This was a bit of a novelty painting, Elvis Presley in Gorton, with Gorton Monastery at the background. And this was kind of based in Gorton, a girl doing handstands with the things that girls used to have back in the day. The girl annual, the little troll, the chalking on the street, skipping rope, from days when life was a lot simpler. These particular paintings are Manchester city centre area. This is Piccadilly Gardens, which no longer exists. It's all concrete and fountains now. Nothing as nice to look at as this. This is back of Piccadilly. A photograph I seen of some graffiti. Decided to paint that. This one, Circus Tavern, which is still there. Quite a famous pub in Manchester. My next paintings are based on industry, which I kind of like painting industrial type of stuff. This one. This one, which is the docks and the workers going to work for the night shift. Again, the docks. I like the the mood of the industrial paintings. The dark feel to them gives them a bit of reality. And this one, again the darks, but I decided to paint this one in colour. I quite enjoyed painting that one as well. Now, some of my artwork is not even in England, it's kind of based in America. And these are some of them, which is old time New York, with the policeman directing traffic and a child sheltering from the rain with a puppy and the passers-by. This one is an old bridge. I seen a photograph or a painting somewhere, and I just liked the whole image, and I decided to have a go at painting it myself. This one, New York City, a moody kind of dark scene, kind of reminds me of an image from Batman. This one is called Ship Scrapers or Boat Scrapers, and it's taken from a photograph by a famous guy who experimented with colour photography. I can't remember his name, but if anybody wants to know, I will check him out. Some very good images he took photos of. This one again, New York. This one was based again off a photograph. I think it might be the same guy, I'm not sure. But I added certain figures to give it a bit of feel. These are the last two. This one again, New York City. I love the hustle and bustle of big city life, and there's something kind of magical about New York back in the day that a kind of a lot of different artists enjoy painting. And this final one is a general scene in England, with the town off in the distance and the cars driving down towards it, which I quite enjoyed doing, and put a few pigeons flying about, again with the moody setting of the dark clouds and the rain. Anyway, thank you for taking time to have a look at some of my paintings. Hopefully I can make more videos very soon, and I'll show you. Thank you.